Hello, boys and girls. Undertaker Freak 1127 here, and if you have not heard, Onision's girlfriend has apparently lost her memory and could not remember anything, except for a few details here and there. She couldn't remember a damn thing. Now, if you do not know who Onision is, well, first off, let me state I envy you. But here's the Cliff's Notes of Onision. Onision is a YouTube whore who makes a plethora of videos that depict him getting injured, killed, attacked, drowned, various STDs and AIDS, beaten in a stairwell, committing suicide for trivial reasons, and making food out of snot and farts. And he has a shitload of other channels that he incessantly whores out as well, such as Onision Speaks. Now, recently, he has uploaded a video detailing his girlfriend's recent affliction. This really disheartening kind of melancholy video, kind of like in a documentary style. He did the full Monty on it, the editing, the music, all of that shit. And instantly I found a problem here. An advertisement on a video that more or less exploits his girlfriend's ailment. Right above the video, precariously hanging there, the dark cloud that is an advertisement. He enabled a video talking about his girlfriend's tragic memory loss for revenue sharing. Let you think about that for a second. Now, before you jump on my ass for having this video enabled for revenue sharing, bear in mind I'm not exactly letting you all know that my girlfriend lapsed into an advanced state of amnesia. Now, I only think that happens when she forgets our anniversary or, let's say, my birthday. But that's old news, and I can't stay angry forever. Now, the second thing I find a bit puzzling and troubling is the fact that he made such a detailed video showing us how bad she is, showing us how bad off she is, excuse me. This seems to me like pure exploitation, and since he has revenue sharing in the on position, pure exploitation for cash. I mean, seriously, Onision, seriously. Your first instinct was to rush to your camera and document her suffering? Your first thought in your empty head was to rush to get the camera when she was saying you kidnapped her and thought one of her friends was dead? And even if this was not your first instinct, why would you even be documenting this to the general public? Given your propensity, given your tendency for making videos that joke about things like AIDS. You know people will call bullshit on it, and you putting this on YouTube proves that you hold your care for your silly YouTube channel equal to your care for her well-being. This is a silly little internet realm. Isn't her health just a little bit more important? That being said, let it be known that Onision is well known for exploiting shock and awe events and agony for his own personal gain. And here are a few examples of these. I'll just let the titles do the talking for me. Now, trust me, there are many, many more where these came from. So with these titles, we see that he is not above exploiting very unsavory and shock and awe things for his own personal gain and for cold, hard, flippin' cash. So this now brings me to a question. Is this entire thing falsified bullshit? Is this just another prevarication constructed for comedic effect and cold, hard cash? Well, if you watch the video he made on his Onision Speaks channel regarding the backlash from skeptics like me, he says the reason he never called an ambulance for her when she lost her memory and flipped out was because he wouldn't want to have an ambulance called for him because he doesn't think doctors could do anything about it. Oh, really? So your girlfriend completely loses her fucking memory, freaks out about it, and in lieu of getting help, as stated before, you grab a camera. Appalling. Now, her memory loss is supposedly caused by stress. That's the only specific he went into. Her memory loss is caused by stress. Now, if you watch the Shiloh Forgets Me video, you see that she cannot remember who Onision is, and the last memory she had was being 15 years old and living in the UK. She was also repeating, I want to make a rainbow, over and over again while staring off into space in a catatonic state. The way she acts in that video is more indicative of something other than simple memory loss. There would have to be something else going on up there. Do not be an idiot, Onision. Do not ignore the other factors and the other telltale signs that she was exhibiting in that video. So, if this is just simple memory loss triggered by stress, I went and researched a little bit. I researched the correlation between stress and memory loss and came up with this. When we get stressed, our adrenal glands secrete cortisol, which in turn picks at our brain cells. It also interferes with neurotransmitters, which is why we tend to forget things when in a stressful situation. This makes it hard to gather long-term memories, making Shiloh's memory of being 15 in the UK rather odd. I mean, this cortisol that gets secreted when we're stressed makes it hard to gather long-term memories, yet she could remember something from the long term, which is being 15 in the UK. I don't get it. So anyway, stress hormones divert blood glucose to exercising muscles. Therefore, the amount of glucose, energy, that reaches a brain's hippocampus is diminished. This creates an energy crisis in the hippocampus, which compromises its ability to create new memories. So basically, cortisol kills your hippocampus, and the hippocampus plays a major, major role in long and short-term memory, as well as spatial reasoning. Get this. People with smaller hippocampi tend to dive into Alzheimer's quicker. Given this information, I am even more appalled Onision never, ever, ever called for help, refused to call for help. Also, high levels of cortisol have been shown to impair memory when trying to recall old memories, not new ones. Now, the thing that gets me is that this stress study here is a very reputable stress study from a very reputable doctor, is aimed towards brain degeneration with old age, not young people like Shiloh. Is this just simple memory loss like Onision is telling us, or is it something bigger that Onision doesn't want to admit? Given that memory loss is related to high levels of cortisol that attacks the hippocampus and real effects don't start showing until an advanced age, this is a bigger deal than the cool, calm, and collected Mr. Onision wants to admit. Or maybe this is just a huge steaming pile of Onision stamped and approved grade A, high quality, top of the line bullshit. Who knows? Who will ever know? Naturally, the inquisitive person that I am, I want to find out. So my challenge to Onision is very simple. Onision, since you have no problem exploiting Shiloh for money, go to the doctor and get an MRI done and show us that her hippocampus is degenerated or some other indication that her brain is worse off than you want to admit to us. You've already documented her suffering. Now show that you give a shit and document yourself trying to find a solution. So folks, let's recap here very quickly. Onision makes a video about his girlfriend losing her memory and flipping out, and basically making light of the other things that were going on, such as her flipping out about being kidnapped and flipping out about her friend supposedly being dead. And the only thing he points to is that she lost her memory. Not only this, he enabled advertising on the video, enabled it for revenue sharing, and therefore was exploiting her illness, her ailment for cash money. On top of this, his explanation that stress, her being stressed, is what's causing this supposed memory loss, it doesn't really add up if you go back and read the study, and I will put a link to this study in there so you all can read for yourself, more than just the screenshots of it that I took. This all seems very odd, and all the signs point to something other than memory loss. If this is not just a big pile of contrived, constructed bullshit that he's using to gain sympathy, maybe. I know that is that's out there, and that's a hasty conclusion to jump to, which is why I'm not immediately going to jump to that conclusion. But all the facts I've given here, take them, do what you want with them. But if there really is something wrong with her, if all those things in that video were 100% genuine, this all points to something other than memory loss. Maybe dementia. Maybe it could be dementia. Maybe it could be something else. I don't know. But I think he should show a little bit more care. I mean, the cavalier way he came off when he was talking about not wanting to get an ambulance because he would have wanted to get one for himself. That is basic self-interest bullshit. So let's, Onision's never going to see this video. He's never going to hear this video. But it would be nice to see if he actually started documenting a road to recovery for her. I mean, he's so quick to document her suffering. So let's all see if in the future he's going to document her road to recovery. I doubt it seriously. Undertaker Freak 1127. Have a good day, folks.